Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. And in this video, we're going to be covering the Denver Broncos. So what I did was I went ahead and I completed the entire NFL season in terms of just going week by week, wins and losses. And I jotted down my results for that. And so I'm making a video on how I predict that this season is going to go for the Denver Broncos. Now, do keep in mind now with a lot of these predictions, this is just off of the season in which I went ahead and went game by game and decided, who's going to win, take into account a lot of upsets. Because obviously, even though your team may be better than one team, doesn't mean that, they're always going to go out there and win that one. So I took a lot of that into account. But without further ado, I'll just go ahead and discuss a little bit about these Denver Broncos. And so when you think of the Denver Broncos, the first thing that comes to mind is defense, and rightfully so. And so, obviously they've done a lot of things here, with Kareem Jackson. They've got him, Bradley Chubbs, high expectations for him. Von Miller, I know last year he wasn't able to play due to COVID, but him being back, that's going to be big for this defense. So I've got high hopes for the Denver Broncos and this defense. Matter of fact, this defense really has the potential to carry this team, should they be able to get decent quarterback play, decent to good quarterback play. Now, obviously, there's a lot of talk about Aaron Rodgers, but that won't be discussed that much in this one. We'll talk about who they currently have, and that's what I made my projections off of. But looking at, Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater, if they go with Teddy Bridgewater, then at least, they'll get that average quarterback play. Assuming that he's able to be healthy out there. If they go with Drew Lock, he's got a higher ceiling, but he also will probably give you more turnovers as well. So we'll see what direction they go with that. Quarterback is the one thing that's going to hold this team back, I feel like, this season in terms of reaching their full potential. But obviously development such as Jerry Jeudy, that's going to be crucial for him to take another step here. Cortland Sutton, he dealt with injuries last year, so his return is going to be key. This receiving core certainly can use a boost in terms of just being able to go out there with, if they have good quarterback play, to help them improve as well, because they're going to need a good quarterback to help them out. But with that being said, though, I do like what the Denver Broncos did in the draft. I'm not going to say I love it, because I feel like they should have grabbed Justin Fields when they had the opportunity. That would have probably helped them at the quarterback position. But if they're able to, get good quarterback play out of either Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater, then I'd upgrade, my thoughts here of the Broncos in their draft. But I do like taking Patrick Surtain. I just felt they needed a quarterback more. But yeah, adding Patrick Surtain, he was my favorite cornerback in the draft. Javonte Williams, that's absolutely huge coming from North Carolina right there. Some of my favorite picks here towards the middle of the draft, Baron Browning and Quinn Mariners, those two guys particularly, I feel like, they could have possibly been second round selections. So I've got high hopes for them being able to contribute. And then later in that draft on day 3, I feel like they really excelled in the middle and towards the tail end of the draft. Spencer, I feel like he has, great athleticism, and he's got that potential to where he can be a solid rotation player and add to what they've already got. And then, guys like Seth Williams as well, when he's going, he can certainly be a welcome addition. And I'm talking about like being that, fourth, fifth receiver in year 1 and then continue to work his way and develop. I think he's someone that if he hangs around long enough, he'll continue to climb up the depth chart. So right now, this season, in year 1, he may not have a huge impact, but I could certainly see a scenario where in the future he grows into more of a solid role. So I think that's a good pickup right there by the Broncos. But that being said, though, let's go ahead and talk about these predictions here. So as I said, I did go through the season and I pretty much went game by game. So, just because one team may be better than the other, that doesn't necessarily always mean that they're going to win. And so I have the Broncos here in the opening game against the New York Giants in terms of who's going to win. I gave this one to the Giants at home, the return of Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones, he's going to come out there looking to prove himself. And in terms of Daniel Jones versus, I'm anticipating Drew Lock. At this one, I gave the slight edge to the Giants, extremely slight, but obviously this is one that I feel that strongly the Broncos could very well win this one. And then the second week, I've also got Jacksonville winning, and that's even though I've got the Broncos as the better team by far. I honestly feel that this early in the season, it's going to be what the Jags are going to throw out there. It's going to be a new look, and it's always tough when a team goes out there, throws out a new look in terms of a different type of playbook and stuff. So certainly, the Jaguars are going to be an interesting team to watch. So I went ahead and gave the Jaguars this one. But that being said, though, these first two games, the Broncos could very easily, win those first two, especially if they get good quarterback play. So no slight here for the Broncos. And so the third one against the Jets, I got the Broncos winning this one, especially at Mile High, first home game. And then in week 4 against the Baltimore Ravens, that good defense versus Lamar Jackson. But I gave this one slightly to the Ravens here because of the quarterback play for the Broncos. And then against Pittsburgh, I've got Pittsburgh winning here. So I've got the Broncos getting off to a bit of a slow start. At home against the Las Vegas Raiders, I think that they'll win that one. On the road down there in Cleveland, that's going to be tough. I've got Cleveland winning that one. And then the Washington football team coming down to the Broncos. I think the Washington football team is going to be a good team this year, but I've got the Broncos winning this one. And so, as you can see, I had them getting off to a slow start here, but let's see if things start to shape up here for these Denver Broncos. And so, against the Dallas Cowboys, I've got Dallas winning that one at home. And then the next one against the Philadelphia Eagles, I've got the Broncos winning that one. And so heading into the bye, I've got the Broncos currently at 4-6. Some early losses against teams that, quite frankly, I feel like personally they can win these two right here. So they easily could be 6-4, but that's going to really determine on the quarterback play, and like I said, I went through, did every team in terms of, just wins and losses. So this is what we're at right now. And so coming out of the bye against the Chargers, fresh off the bye, I have them actually upsetting the Chargers here because I think the Chargers are going to be a good team. Be sure to check out the Chargers video that I've already done to see what I think of them in terms of wins and losses on the year. And then going down to Arrowhead Stadium in week 13, I've got this one going to the Chiefs. It's just Patrick Mahomes. Come on, enough said. At home against the Detroit Lions, Broncos all the way on that one. So right now, as you can see at home, I've got them 6-1 right now at home, but on the road so far, seems like they're 0-6. And so let's see. At home against the Cincinnati Bengals, I've got them winning that one. Now, let's see. Week 16 at the Las Vegas Raiders. For that one, I have them losing that one. So that one will go to the Raiders there. And so basically for the Raiders, I've got them splitting with the Raiders on that one. And then week 17, once again against the Chargers. Yeah, I've got the Chargers in that one. And so, because I really feel that the Chargers are a really good team and a lot of people are overlooking them. And then season final versus Kansas City Chiefs, I got this one going to Kansas City. And so overall, I've got the Broncos going 7-10. And this now, in terms of the type of team that I think that they're better than a 7-win team. So I think that, I think their ceiling is more along the lines of between a minimum of, say, 6 games to a maximum of about 11. So they can be anywhere from a 6-win team to an 11-win team with their current roster intact. So that is my expectations for the Denver Broncos. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, don't take it too personal here. Obviously, a lot of these teams, I'm probably going to feel like their record's probably going to be better. But when it's all said and done and you try to play each team out, everybody can't go 10-7. Everybody can't go 11-6. But with that being said, though, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Do you feel that do you agree with me that the Broncos are about a 6-11 win team? Do you feel that they're better than that? Just let me know. Looking forward to hearing back from you guys, and see you guys next time.